Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How's it going? Hope you're doing really well. Hope you're enjoying some sunshine. I was gonna try and be very clever and sneaky and intuitive about this and pretend that I was filming this intro this time last week in order to introduce the vlog properly like an organised human being, but I just realised that I've scuppered my own plans there, hoisted by my own petard once more. I've totally ruined my own plan there because I got my hair cut this week, so you're gonna know that at some point my hair changes and then rechanges and then changes again. But here I am, present Lucy, to say, hey, welcome back to our whole bathroom renovation adventure. We're kicking off part 2 today. And like some kind of like advertisement movie poster to run to promote this one, let me tell you, it's been no smooth ride. There's been twists, there's been turns, there's been unexpected gasps from the audience. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I would recommend that you go and check that one out first, because that was all the kind of like construction part, or the deconstruction I should say, basically smashing up our old bathroom. And the point that we kind of finished on for that one was that we were left with a freshly plastered empty hollow shell of what once was a slightly ugly bathroom, and that's the point that we're kicking off on for this part 2 today. But if you can't be arsed to go back and watch part 1 and you just think, look, I'm putting you on in the background while I make some chili, I'll pop a little clip in here just so you can see kind of where the starting point was. For this video, freshly plastered walls, very bare, very empty, but kind of like a blank canvas, totally ready to go. So buckle up, strap yourselves in, and let's kick off week 2 of Lucy and Adam's new bathroom. Enjoy! Quite loud today. So I wasn't actually going to film an update little diary entry today because it's probably not the most exciting progress in the world, to be honest. Tomorrow is when the good stuff starts. Tomorrow is best seats in the house, creme de la creme, some pretty things hopefully starting to appear before your very eyes. Today wasn't very exciting, but I've just been pottering around up here and then thought, it's good to show the whole process, isn't it? It's good to show all the little behind the scenes bits, the juicy stuff. We're actually looking slightly less dusty by some miracle today. I think that can only mean that we've traipsed all the dust through the house now. This is what happened today. We've gone for the gothic vibe, teenage boy bedroom. So let me do a quick explanation of what these are, to the best of my abilities anyway. This stylish little addition, which really lightens the mood, really makes it feel airy and beautiful and a big space. These are actually some kind of waterproof boarding. You're asking the wrong girl, you know? Weirdly heavy, very dense. They look a little bit like a giant pink wafer. They stop water getting behind the tiles and the grout, which should mean that the longevity of the tiles and the condition of the tiles and the cleanliness of the tiles is like way improved. Today we have also had this boxed off into more of an angular square kind of shape. Because we're going for herringbone tiles, the slant of this chimney breast would have like thrown the pattern off and made it look all squiffy. So the guy today just turned it into more of like a box basically, so that the pattern will continue and not look crazy. Nothing else major to report today, other than the fact that the lights are now dangling from the ceiling. Answers on a postcard, please. This is all looking pretty similar to the last time you saw it, apart from I think this is probably a lot drier. All I do know is that some kind of tiling starts tomorrow, because today we had to choose our grout colours. Congratulations from me in my own personal bat cave. I'll see you tomorrow for yet more grout. Grout, grout, grout. Today is the evidence I was looking for that it takes approximately 6.5/7 days of renovation for a project to start feeling like it was actually worth it. I am so excited to show you what's been happening today. I'm literally buzzing. I have stuck my head into the bathroom. Nearly said toilet then, that's not what I mean. I've not stuck my head in the toilet, I've stuck my head around the bathroom door probably about 25 times today because I'm so excited. I briefly talked about tiles a while ago in a vlog, but I think all of our decisions have completely changed since the last time I showed you what we were going for. Last time I did talk about it, I got loads of questions about the tiles that we were choosing. A lot of people quite like the look of them, I think, so I thought I would quickly run down what we've gone for before I actually take you into the bathroom where it gets all echoey and messy. So on the walls, we are going for these, which might not look very much, but I wanted to go for something kind of very simple and very fresh. Rather than just going for plain white, which we were initially going to go for in the beginning, the more I kind of like played around with ideas and stuff, the more I decided that actually I thought off-white might be a little bit more suitable for our house. Originally, I absolutely fell in love with some from a website called Capietra, I think, which were almost identical to this, but extremely expensive. But then after a lot of internet hunting, I found these on Porcelain Superstore. I'm gonna link all this down below for anyone who's particularly interested. But yeah, these are from Porcelain Superstore. They're called the Countrywide tile, and we've gone for the color Mushroom, which I would describe as like a grey beige ecru kind of colour, and they've got like a lovely glossy finish to them. They're super shiny. They've almost got like a little bit of texture and bump to them, like a little bit more of a rough edge, which is a design decision, I guess. I mean, it's not mine. I hadn't even thought about it really until I was chatting to the tiler today. There you go, there's the shine that we're looking for. Oh, she's glossy, she's beautiful, she's a supermodel tile. Last time I talked tiles on here. Let's talk tiles, my new podcast. Last time I did talk about our tile choices on here, I think at that point we were going for like a wood style, faux wood type effect. And I think that was just what I thought would be easiest because we have wood floors through the whole house. But we're actually having a little wooden vanity. I can quickly show you that just over here. Please excuse the mess, the whole house is a tip. But the whole way through, I actually really wanted to go for like a little bit of a jazzier floor and was just a bit scared to do it. I'd saved so many pictures of it, but just didn't think that Adam would really want to go for it, and I thought a lot of people would judge my decisions. But actually after chatting to Adam, I showed him like a few different samples, and actually he picked out the one that I had my eye on. So we scrapped the wood, we scrapped the slightly boring but very neutral and kind of easygoing grey floor, and we've actually gone for terrazzo mozzarella floor. It's way too cool for us to have in our house. Are you joking? Who has this floor? Not me, sir. I do have this floor. For anyone who is looking for this kind of flooring, I cannot recommend this enough. I was chatting to our fitters about it today, and they're just totally blown away by the quality of these tiles. So if you're looking for a recommendation of this kind of style, this is your one. I love all the kind of tones in there. They're very kind of neutral and muted, but also quite warm. And I just think they lend themselves really well to be paired with something like this. Hopefully you can kind of see where I'm going here. They are incredibly heavy. Just to warn you, maybe do some push-ups before you order these, because if you're puny like me and have absolutely no upper body strength whatsoever, it will be your daily workout. These were from a shop called Mandarin Stone, who I highly recommend. I actually just want to give them a little shout out as well, because their customer service was unbelievable, chef's kiss, impeccable. We've been amazed by our fitting company the whole way through. To be honest, they've been so professional and amazing. I'll make sure to link them down below as well for anyone who's in Southwest London. Today in particular, the guy that they're using for tiling, it's an Italian guy, literally like artistry. We're just blown away by how amazing this is looking. Perhaps a little drum roll please for the first pretty thing to happen to this bathroom. Oh my god. Here is the progress report for day 7. We have a full wall of herringbone tiles, which just look unbelievable. Like, I am just blown away by how beautiful these look. Here's a little very satisfying close-up of all the pattern fitting together. It's coming up quite grey on camera actually, but it's a little bit of like a warmer, creamier kind of colour than it's showing up. And that little detail earlier that I was talking about the edges, like not being completely like super sharp and straight, the fact they have a little bit of texture to them, for anyone who's particularly interested, that actually impacts like the decisions they are making for the distance that the tiles sit next to each other. So while if they were straight edges there might be slightly more of a gap and you'd use spacers to space them out a bit, we decided to go for this kind of quite snugly fitting, very kind of close touching pattern instead, because the bumps provide a little bit of a gap. And with that bumpy edge, if you were to use your typical like tile spacers, it would mean that the space for the grout is too wide and it just doesn't look quite as slick and stylish as if you have a slightly slimmer kind of grout space. So there's wall, and perfectly coordinated with my slippers, here is the start of our pretty little floor. Basically done up to the toilet space, and then tomorrow they're going to tackle this quite tricky shape. So that is day 7 done and dusted. We're actually whizzing through. I was chatting to the fitter today and saying like it's amazing how before you start 3 weeks sounds like a hell of a long time, but it actually feels like it's going by really quickly. I think because we are kind of so excited for it to be done and it feels like a bit of an adventure kind of thing. So from me and beautiful tiled wall number 1, we'll see you tomorrow with hopefully even more tiled walls. Ooh, and so shiny, so pretty. If I didn't believe in the ability to jinx things before, I do now. Confirmed. Hello guys, welcome to day number 7,962. First of all, gross from head to toe. We're now in week 3 of no shower. We've skipped a few days here, but just as a disclaimer, I fully know that I look gross. I feel like a blob. It was a week today that I last filmed the last entry, so who knows what day this technically makes this, but basically after me chatting on about how well it was going, how exciting it all was, how we were ahead of schedule, oh it's marvellous, everything's going according to plan. 3 guesses what happened? Something went wrong. Boom, boom. And I was just gonna leave this alone, pick this camera up when everything is kind of patched back up and we can get the ball rolling again. But I think it's important to like show the realities of this as well. Like it's not all just super smooth sailing, exciting things happening every day. And of course we're getting things wrong along the way with it as well because we've never done anything like this before. And I think it's important to document that as well. The whole point of these is that they're realistic. So this whole project has basically been put on pause for a week. Everything's been pushed back by basically a whole week. We're totally off track with how we were getting on because we ran out of wall tiles and we're all very confused by how it's happened, to be honest. The fitters are equally confused because we basically bought 10 million wall tiles. It looked like so many when they arrived and we actually bought 15% extra. Obviously you kind of go over exactly what you need, but 15% is a lot of extra and it still happened. I think it's a mixture of the tile pattern being a lot of kind of like chopping up and cutting the tiles and stuff, and also the fact that we have a lot of kind of slightly strange shapes going on in our walls. Basically we've just eaten up all the tiles completely and it's left us with quite a substantial tile deficit, and frustratingly we're at the point with the bathroom where nothing else can be done until the tiling is finished. So over the last week or so the guys have popped in a couple of times to do little kind of finicky bits that they could get on with in terms of like whitewashing the plaster and sanding down the ceiling and stuff like that. So there is a little bit of progress which I will show you. The new batch of tiles was supposed to arrive today. We paid quite a lot extra for like quick delivery so that we could just get on with it, and they haven't turned up. I don't know where they are and it's now 6:21 p.m. so I think my tiles are lost on the M25 somewhere. Just a really frustrating, annoying couple of plot twists, to be honest. Ran out of tiles and then lost the new tiles. Anyone seen them? Please let me know. So we've still got stacks of stuff sitting in the living room waiting to be turned into something beautiful. And then in the bathroom itself, I think this is pretty similar to the last time you saw it. We have got a few more tiles on the wall. This is where they got up to. So basically we managed to hit this box here, and alas, you can kind of see you can kind of see where things started to dwindle. But keeping it positive, we have a full floor. We've been tiled up to here, which is also about where my patience is sitting. A little fun fact that I did learn this week for anyone who's particularly interested in fun DIY facts, if such a thing even exists. You can't paint straight onto bare plaster. They have to do like a whitewash first. Who knows what that is? That is what's happening here. So this isn't the kind of finished painting, this is the whitewash that goes over the plaster. I think this box here is all we have left. Sad times. It is getting there. I just need to locate these mystery tiles. So I think that's probably enough of me looking like a street urchin for today. I will pick this bag up tomorrow, hopefully when I feel slightly more enthusiastic and I have found the tiles which seem to have disappeared off the face of the earth. Farewell. Good evening, guys. I've just got back from the hairdressers, which might explain why there's a slight bouffant happening right now. This is my freshly washed hair. If I look significantly cleaner, or maybe like I have just come straight from a Toddlers and Tiaras pageant. Today has actually been a pretty awesome day of progress and we're back to feeling good about things. So let me just paper over the cracks here a little bit and tell you what's happened since then. Previously on Lucy and Adam's bathroom update, you know that we ran out of tiles. You know that our tiles didn't turn up. So the day after I last spoke to you, I rang customer service 20,000 times. They're now my best friends. And according to them, there was a system error. Who knows what that really means? I think maybe someone forgot to put them on the truck. We've all had those days, right? Fingers crossed. Fingers, toes, eyeballs crossed. Hopefully they will arrive tomorrow between 8 and 6, I think. And the tiling can finally be finished next week. But until then, our wonderful fitters didn't want to leave us with absolutely nothing happening for another couple of days. So they came over today just to kind of see what they could get on with, and it turned out that's actually quite a lot. So we have 2 fairly major installations and 1 fairly major development, which, considering we thought there was nothing we could do, is pretty great. So I would like to introduce to you, please, the inaugural introduction of our bathtub. Oh hey! So yes, indeed, probably the most obvious thing to see is that we do indeed now have a bathtub, but the only reason that this was possible because, first things first, the grouting has begun. How beautiful does this look? It looks so fresh, so clean, so beautiful. Oh, I just love it. I mean, not to get anyone too excited, not to get things too wild around here, but I love how, because we've used quite a bright white grout with it, it's really kind of highlighted the slight little textured edge that the tiles have got. I think that's a really lovely detail. It's really brought out the colour of the tiles so nicely. And I could not be more in love with these walls. They look absolutely beautiful. And more major grouting achievements today. We have also got the floor grouted. Went for grey rather than anything lighter that was too close to the stone, because obviously these are probably going to get a little bit grubby underfoot. And as a gal who likes to do her research before diving into anything too exciting like grout colours, I did have a chat with a couple of friends who've had their bathrooms done, and of those pals who went for white grout on the floor, they all regret it because they're all slightly grubby. Like the trail that you walk through the bathroom has just kind of discoloured a little bit. Seeing as this is just a progress update today, like I'll keep this brief and I'll show you the tub better when it's all unwrapped and stuff. It's still all in cellophane and polystyrene right now, but you might be able to see just through there it's not quite as wide as it looks. It's actually quite a thin edge. I wanted to maximise like the inner size of the tub, so a thin edge seemed like a good idea for our small little bathroom. And let me tell you, it was no mean feat to find a tub that was the right dimensions for this bathroom. As you can probably tell, it's pretty mini, but it's actually bigger than the bath that we had before. The space that you actually sit in is quite considerably bigger actually, and it's turned out to be pretty much the ideal size. And we've got a little gap either side and down there so that we can clean around it as well. And then you might have also spotted major installation number 2. We've got a toilet that floats off the floor, Wingardium Leviosa. This is what I've been banging on about. This is indeed a floating style pan toilet, which is nice in a small bathroom because it kind of gives you a little bit of an illusion of more floor and doesn't take up quite as much room. This was also a bit of a tricky size to maneuver because we had to go for a short pan, and because of the way the door just about makes it through. This is actually a very kind of short style toilet, but I'll make sure to link all this below in case any of this is relevant to anyone else's house. I was about to put the light on, but it's really gonna change the way the tiles look. But this is what they look like in a slightly different, slightly warmer light as well. So technically still no shower, technically still not able to wash in this bath. It's not quite hooked up properly yet. But the idea is that hopefully we might be able to have a bath over the weekend, which would just be, I might cry, honestly. It's been really cool today to see things happening again. I think the grout has made the biggest difference. Like, it just looks wonderful. So it's nice to hop back on here and give you a positive vibes, very excited again kind of update. I hope you like the progress so far. Thumbs up from around here, 10 out of 10 once again. Looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow. Hope you are too. Goodbye. Delivery. We have tiles. The tiles have landed, and we also have bags of grout, which just chilling in the living room. Who knew that this is what Grout looked like? I thought you'd get it in like a squeezy tube. What do I know? I'm trying to be sneaky here about how I'm positioning myself while I give you a little overview of what's been going on today, because there's some exciting things hiding behind me. Welcome back. Today is Friday and another really positive, really exciting day. Some proper like big things have happened and I'm very excited to show them to you. The main development, the big news of the day, which literally had me running down the stairs and punching the air with triumph and joy as soon as I saw the truck. The tiles arrived. Thank God, I can finally stop stressing about that now. We now have the tiles to complete the rest of the bathroom. This sneaky little bit here, which is yet to be done, that is being finished tomorrow. We've got the tilers coming on Saturday. I think I'll start with the smaller but very important little detail that we've added today. We'll start small and we'll lead into a dramatic crescendo of taps and sinks. So I'm going to take you down to the floor here because new little addition, we've added a little trim all the way around the edge of the floor and the walls. Still got to be grouted, which I guess the tiler will do tomorrow. The grey that we've chosen for the floor has actually turned into this really nice light shade of grey, which I really like. So that will be continued up here just to finish this off, and then the decorator is coming next week to patch all this up and do the nice paintwork and stuff. That was actually a little design decision that I hadn't even thought about. I didn't even realise that was a thing really. But the fitters asked the other day whether we wanted like a tile trim or a wooden skirting board, or if I had any other bright ideas. I didn't, so I said, oh, a tile trim, definitely. I've thought about that a lot. Way more importantly, skirting boards aside, who cares about that? Because, oh my God, I can finally brush my teeth. Just kidding. So I'll do this properly, shall I? All jokes aside, not only do we now have a bath, we have bath taps. Would you look at these? I've never seen something so beautiful. And the pièce de résistance, we have a freaking sink unit. So this is the big major addition of today. We've added in our beautiful little wooden vanity unit. We also have a little basin top sink. We have this lovely tall tap. Would you look at that? Bloody hell. I think this tap was from a company called Just Taps, which is, if you're gonna make a tap company, I mean, that's the name to go for. And then who knew that separately from sinks, you have to buy the little click-clacky thing with a click-clack. If you know that advert, you'll know what I'm talking about. For the sink, I always knew that I wanted to go for a little basin top style. As soon as I saw this one, it was like the perfect dimensions for us. It's got like a nice bit of height to it. It's almost like a mixture of modern and old-fashioned, which I really like. And then paired with our kind of quite modern design choices, I think it looks really cool. So I'm super pleased with that. And then this unit that we've gone for, I mean, this is a bit of a pièce de résistance, really. I'm so proud of this. It's so beautiful. Right from the beginning of trying to think what we wanted to do with this room, this kind of vanity unit was the first thing that I knew that I really wanted. I love those kind of like wooden, vintagey, kind of mid-century kind of style wooden sink units. I think it's a really kind of timeless style. It's really beautiful. You have to put a little bit of extra work in to look after it, obviously, to protect the wood and stuff in the wet environment, but I just think they look amazing. It was a bit of a challenge to find one that was kind of small enough for our little space in here. A lot of the old kind of vintage wooden cabinets and stuff are pretty massive pieces of furniture. So I hunted high and low across the internet for something that would be vaguely the right dimensions that I could work with. And in the end, I found this little shop on Etsy, which I just absolutely loved as soon as I saw it. And I spotted this unit and I was like, that's the one. I got my tape measure out, it all fitted, it was meant to be. So it's actually a piece of reclaimed furniture, which I think is so cool, and it's done by a company called Furnewal, as in like furniture renewal. I will make sure to link them down below because they were so fantastic. So they take old kind of mid-century, older kind of pieces of furniture like this, and they repurpose them for bathrooms. So if you look on the inside, all the kind of inside of the drawers is cut out so that the sink inner workings can all kind of slot inside it, and the drawers then remain usable for you to put all your bits and bobs into, which I think is so clever. They then add the little marble countertop to it, which is really lovely. I was a bit worried that this wasn't going to quite fit with the whole vibe, but because it's quite a subtle marble, I think it's actually really nice against these tiles. And then ours also has these little gold hairpin legs to it, which is a really lovely detail, and obviously then matches our gold hardware as well, so it's just a bit of a perfect match really. They were really, really lovely. They were so helpful. They actually stored it for us for quite a long time. I think I bought this back in January. It's now April. How crazy is that? And they stored it for us for a really long time before they were able to then deliver it to us. They delivered it in person, which was just so fab. And hey presto, it's finally starting to look a little bit like a bathroom. We've got a proper sink, we've got bath taps, which I haven't even really talked about, but I'll make sure to link these down below as well. They're really, really lovely brushed brass kind of style, with this lovely spout for the bath. So I think it's fair to say we are now officially getting there. It feels like we have a bathroom again, which is such a treat. Adam's already booked himself in for the first bubble bath this evening, so he's gonna try all this out and have a bit of a spa session. And it's just lovely to like feel really excited about it again and kind of see it all coming together. It feels like the finishing line is in sight. And it all starts again tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. Come on a little bit further since the last time I closed off last vlog. We're getting there, it's happening. I know it won't be to everyone's tastes, but I hope you can see that we're super happy with it. We're so excited about it. And it's gonna be great. I can't wait to see the finished result. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you very soon, probably next week, with another video. Goodbye. This right here is all I've ever dreamed of.